Today we're talking about 4 energy vampires, 4 different types of energy vampires.
Come on, you should do this. It'll be fun. You can tell me all about what's happening here. I'm interested in everything.
I've got a lot of work to get through. I'm gonna get to it. Nice to meet you.
What was that?
My reference is this book, the Celestine Prophecy. I made a video, a little review on this video. Basically, the author explains how us as humans, we all are in a constant struggle for energy. So what happens, what we do, we're battling each other. We're battling other humans for this energy instead of connecting with the higher source, connecting with, say, God, meditating, yoga-ing, meditating, all these things. Instead of doing these things, we battle each other. And there's 4 different ways that we do this. So this is coming straight from the book, from the author. James Redfield describes 4 mechanisms of energy stealing. My practice as an energy therapist brought me to verify those mechanisms. So the person who wrote this one, it's like a little summary, was an energy therapist. She verified and defined explanations in traditional Chinese medicine concepts. So the first one is the Intimidator. Gets others' energies by threatening, either verbally or physically, oppressing, imposing, and even beating up people. Fear, as a matter of fact, empties the kidney meridians, where we stock our vital energy and where is stored our original energy. The Intimidator generates fear, then just has to collect the energy that leaks violently and completely from his counterpart. So you're making someone afraid. You're going up to them and just putting fear in them. You're pushing their buttons and they might have fear, and you can sense that fear and you keep pushing the buttons. So they're like shaking, and you just take their energy and you feel good. You see, we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with all these. We've seen people like this and come into our life, or in the workplace perhaps, and you see people, bosses that feed off of people's energy. The Interrogator is the next one. Gets others' energy by questioning everything all the time. Children subconsciously use this technique. Adults use it out of excessive curiosity, jealousy, to find flaws and better belittle or criticize. That mechanism empties the earth element, the stomach, and the spleen, which regulates self-confidence. The gallbladder meridian is focus, imagination, reflection, and the heart meridian, which is interaction with others, because personal boundaries are violated. So you're also, as an interrogator, you're making people become more in doubt. They no longer have, if their self-esteem is not strong enough, if their energy and vital force energy is not strong enough, someone can overpower them by asking all these questions, protruding into them, and making them doubt themselves. And the next one is, number 3, is the Aloof. Gets others' energy by looking indifferent, withdrawn, mysterious, or secretive, which leads others to exhaust themselves trying to get his or her attention, wondering what is going on, or feeling guilty. This technique drains the earth element as well, self-confidence, anxiety, spleen. So before I go further and explain the last one, we have to realize that this is Chinese medicine. This is Eastern medicine, so we have meridians and pathways to our bodies. So the Hindus call it the nadis, and in Latin this is the nadis, which is your nose, and you have the pathways and meridians down your body. Acupuncture deals with these meridians. Sometimes we may have blockages throughout the day, something fears us, the people we interact with. We may have blockages in the meridians and these pathways. That doesn't allow us to maybe fully express ourselves. That doesn't allow us to fully be calm and at ease, where we have too much anger, anxiety. So they get blocked up. So what they do is, and then switch over. You switch, it's called alternating nostril breathing, and this helps clear out any blockages through the passages, so it helps us relax and balance our masculine and feminine energies on both sides of our body. Our energy that we have is all associated with every organ that we have has associated with a certain type of energy. So in the chakra system, right, we have each chakra is associated with certain parts of our body and certain organs in our body, and these have its own intelligence, and this is what allows us to express said chakra. So the root, for example, is safety. When people attack you in these ways, you're draining that energy. That's the energy that comes out from your chakra, from your aura. And the last one is poor me. Gets others' energy by complaining, telling you all the horrible thing that's ever happened, is happening, or will happen to him or her. Makes you believe it's partly your fault unless you help them. And how do we gain energy? How do we gain energy? By not competing and taking and stealing from other people. How do we gain energy by ourselves without doing this? Which is connecting with the universe, connecting with God, connecting with the higher power, the higher power. So we breathe deeply, meditation yoga. Walks in nature, having a lot of plants in the house, crystals, walking bare feet outside in nature, eating living foods, fruits, vegetables, sprouting seeds, and algae. Increase your positive thinking. Positive thoughts are of higher vibration and frequency. Positive thoughts means you're having more energy to fuel your body. When we think negative, when we think fear and anxiety, we're draining our energy, and we're also, it's like feedback, it's a loop that we're in a lower state of energy, but we keep giving ourselves more of this negative, low energy. And you know what's really good? What really helps? Play your favorite song. And start dancing, start moving around, start singing. Singing will clear up your throat chakra. Your favorite song will instantly get you up. Sort out your relationships. Avoid energy vampires, people who do this stuff, and manipulators. So if you have people that are always asking you for money, or always need something for you and they never give you anything in return, those people are draining you little by little. You see, we need to clear those out. We got to clear those out. You got to make sure sometimes along the spiritual journey, this healing journey, we may lose friends, even the closest ones to us, family members. They could be draining us. And for our well-being, for our energy, we have to put a barrier to protect ourselves somehow, put a shield around us. And exercise. Just move your body. The body is meant to move, and we need to be constantly moving. Moving is motion. It's energy. Energy is moving around when you move. The more you sporadically shake, the more you're breaking up the tension in your body, allowing more energy to flow naturally. So the energy is always flowing. It never stops. But what we do is we restrict it with this nature, with this tension. And what happens is, well, back to the topic of energy vampires, right? What happens is we allow, because we're always guarded, we're of a lower energy. And every time we try to express it, we have this like barrier that we have placed ourselves, allowed others to place on us, and this doesn't allow us to express. And when we try to be fearful, so people can sense that fear, and that's how they take your energy. So please, if you're out there, please be careful of these energy vampires. When you know how to protect yourself, especially someone who's empathic, those people have to be a lot more aware, more observant, more alert, vigilant to energy vampires, because we always give away our power. So if you are attacked by an energy vampire, you have to know how to step into your power. They're basically always testing you to see if you're in your power. Being able to say no when you mean to say no, saying yes when you mean to say yes, and marching at a beat of your own drum. Being your own person and not allowing other people to dictate your actions is a big step in protecting yourself. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. Appreciate you guys watching. Talk to you next time.